hopefully. Yeah. So it's supposed to get above 90 again today?
So it says. Hopefully I'm long gone by then. Cool. That will do.
Good.
Yep. So you said you do telecom work?
Yes.
Or, I just recently got another student who currently owns his own. I think he said it was like he was either a kind of like traditional electrician kind of sort of ordeal,
Oh, yeah.
or like a commercial level operation. Seemed pretty cool.
Somebody short must fly in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that kid that I flew with yesterday was 14.
Oh, really?
Well, I guess that was in Quebec. It's like, damn, is this how small kids are for?
All right. Pre-flight inspection is complete. Seat belts. You know how to use your seatbelt? You got your seatbelt on?
Think so?
You think so?
Last time I checked.
Guess I should put my seatbelt on. Air vents here and here. If anybody was in the back, you got those two up there, right? Those work?
How well they work is another question, but they're supposed to.
Yeah.
That one's kind of missing
A knob.
Yeah.
All right. Fire extinguishers here. It's in the green, pins installed. If you need that, just pull the latch and pull your pin, aim at the base of the fire. Exit doors are here. If we need to, we can kick out the glare shield, get out that way. Sterile cockpit in any critical phases of flight, takeoff, landing, or if anybody starts talking on the radio, everybody needs to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Questions? Seats are adjusted and locked, built-in harnesses. Cabin doors will close those in a little bit, it's getting warm. Fuel selector is on both. Mixture rich in. Throttle open 1/4 inch. Carburetor heat is off. Beacon is on. Circuit breakers all in. Radios and equipment off. Prime is required too.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool.
Turn that to lock it.
Sweet.
All right, brakes are held. Clear.
Clear.
Master alternator on. Keys in the ignition. Hold on. I know the next thing is start. Where are we at? All right, engage. All right, starter engage.
Got you loud and clear.
There. Alright. Alright, radio frequency set. Well, we're gonna wait for that to boot up here.
Yep.
Just panel, lights. Been meaning to ask, is this a light?
I would think so. Yeah, it looks like it.
Not a very bright one.
Probably not.
Right here.
Question is, how do I turn it on? Panel lights. There we go. Oh, that's how you did it. Oh, so the panel lights does nothing. Okay, cool.
Panel lights is nothing. Oh, and I noticed on this walk around, there's a light under each wing. Do those work? Have you seen those?
Oh, these guys right here?
Yeah, the face down.
I have seen those, and no, I don't know exactly what's going on with that.
Alright, so this thing looks like it's coming up here. So, the white is what we're using, right? Or is it the...
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so 122.8, that's Unicom.
Yep.
Right, okay, so COM 1, nav 1. COM 2, nav 2, nav 2.
Yep.
This is the standby frequency for that one. Gotcha. Alright, so audio panel is set, weather info obtained.
One Zulu. Wind, calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions clear below 2000. Temperature 17 Celsius. Dew point 9 Celsius. Altimeter 2.995 inches of mercury. Grants Pass Airport. Automated weather observation 1511 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility more than 10.
Sweet.
Alright. Altimeter set. So, 995.
Altitude.
Alright. GPS position loaded, Grants Pass, Grants Pass. Transponder 1200 altitude. Emergency battery normal. FD, we're gonna test it. Looking for 80% or more. Set. External power and then battery. Or do I push again?
Are you already did the system test, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's running down the clock again. Just wait for that to finish, and then you'll go back to...
They hit external power.
Yeah.
That menu again?
Exactly.
Okay. Alright. 3436. For Brown. No amber on the GPS. Heading 10 degrees. Oh, up compass. 3434. Alright. And it says to add fuel. Has that been done?
Nope. So you can do that.
Okay. So press menu. Select add fuel.
Click the knob.
I'll click with the knob.
Yep.
Enter fuel remaining default. So just enter on that
Yep.
one. And then exit.
Yep. Another way you can do that, basically just click, well, okay, not that, but basically when it has that kind of first screen, if you could just click the center button and then you'll go down to add fuel and then it'll just go straight to 38 gallons.
Gotcha. Alright, laps retract.
Oh,
Taxi area. There. Nobody has announced that they're moving about. Brake check. High controls. My brakes work.
cool, I'll try mine.
Controls.
My controls. They look nice and clear here. Beep. My brakes are cool. Your controls.
My controls.
Your controls.
Alright, radio call.
Cool.
Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel taxiing to the run-up area, Grants Pass. Alright, go ahead and taxi over.
For this flight, I'm going to basically give you instructions as in like what to do, but I would like you to kind of try to figure out how to do it.
Okay.
And I would like to do minimal flying. If I need to jump in for something, obviously I will, but basically your aircraft for this flight.
Okay. Alright, run-up aircraft is positioned for prop watch. We're pointing out the sign. Flight controls are free and correct. Left up, down, right up, down, elevator, up, down. Alright, make sure pitch and throttle 1700. Magnetos, we're going to go to left mag. Small RPM drop, that's mag out, back to both. Go back to the right mag. Small RPM drop, right mag out, back to both.
What's the range on that you'd want to see?
50 to 100?
150.
150. I had the right numbers.
Yeah.
Alright, magnetos checked already. Engine instruments are in green. Ammeter is reading positive. Flight instrument, blue or brown, 125, 125. Alternate static port. I haven't seen that one before, have I? Is this new?
So that's this guy here? Yeah, and that is a new checklist. But see, look at the added here, the altimeter. So pull it, slight change.
Okay.
We're going from outside static pressure to inside static pressure.
That one where it gets locked. Right?
Exactly, exactly.
Gotcha. Heading bug, runway heading. It is. Carburetor heat out. Idle. Idling smoothly. Carb heat off. Alright, flight plan, we don't have one. Departure briefing.
We'll be closed traffic to start, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Emergency briefing on our takeoff roll. If we lose engine power, oil pressure, or no indicated airspeed, we're going to abort our takeoff, pull the throttle, and apply braking to stop on the runway. If we lose engine power, oil pressure, or we still don't have indicated airspeed, we're going to, we'll have indicated airspeed before we even rotate, so that doesn't matter. We will pull the throttle out and land on the runway remaining. If we are above or below 700 feet, we will land within 30 degrees of our current heading. If we are above 700 feet, we can consider making that 180-degree turn back to the runway. Obviously, we're not going to turn back to the runway if we already hear somebody announce that they're going to take off behind us. So then we'll land somewhere.
I would also, when you're going through this, tell yourself, okay, 700 feet, 1900 MSL indicated. Because 700, I'm like, oh, what does that mean? But 1900 is the what you'll actually see for making that turn.
1200. So 1200 is what we're currently at here on the ground. And so 1900 up in the air. Okay. That's good for emergency.
Works for me.
Alright, fuel selector is on both. Ram set for takeoff. It is. Flaps are set, we're not using any. We just lean for taxi. Transponder at 1200 altitude. Aircraft lights is required. Speedo heat, not going to use it. Doors and windows are latched. We'll latch yours here in a bit. We'll go ahead and taxi to the runway. We'll announce when we're taking the act.
Cool.
Or holding short. High controls.
Your controls. Alright, to start us off, let's see a soft field takeoff.
We're gonna have to remember all the steps for that one.
Yep.
Do we use 10 degrees of flaps for that?
We do.
Okay.
For all the performance takeoffs, we use flaps 10.
Flaps 10, okay. Taxi area clear, nobody's on final.
Yep.
Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552, hotel holding short, 31 Grants Pass. I can go ahead and put those flaps in now.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
1000, 2 1000.
And on the soft field, remember we're entering the field with full aft yoke, and you don't want to let the plane come to a stop.
Okay. And we're doing the engine check on the go?
On the go.
Okay. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552, hotel taking the active 31, left close traffic, Grants Pass.
Enter runway 31, 3,900 feet remaining.
Engine instruments in the green, full power.
Very good. There you go. Alright, there's the exit climb out. Alright, and you want to call out clear of your 50-foot obstacle? And we are definitely clear.
Yeah, we're about 100 feet above.
Cool, and you can probably FOBS up.
Don't have to count them in, because we only had 10, right?
Yep.
You would count them back in if you had more.
Yeah, if you were doing like a go around. Cool.
Grants Pass traffic, Bonanza 25633. We'll be on the taxiway going to the run-up in 31, Grants Pass.
No one saw that.
Okay, flaps are up, make sure you're full ridge, aircraft lights is required, engine instruments are still in the green.
Cool.
Transpass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left, crossbred 31. Where did he say he was at?
He was on the taxiway taxiing to 31.
Okay. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left downwind 31, Grand Pass.
Get it started, we'll do a normal landing, then we'll go from there.
Normal, okay. My power out a little bit so I can just send that to
Cool.
TPA.
Makes sense.
Tracking for my heading here, converging on the runway. That's Pacific. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left base for 31, Grants Pass. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning final 31, Grants Pass. Still no pappies.
Yep. Something, I think someone ran him over.
Uh-oh.
Something happened.
Like actually ran them over?
Yeah, so I think so.
Altitude.
Oh shit.
And Grand
Flaps up,
traffic,
carpet off.
Bonanza 25633, holding
Triple
short of
takeoff.
31, landing traffic.
Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel in the upwind, Grants Pass.
Grants Pass traffic, Bonanza 25633. We'll be taking the active 31 with a straight out left downwind departure. Grants Pass.
A straight out left downwind departure. Huh.
Flaps are up, make sure full red, check off lights as required. Engine instruments are in the green.
That's like me saying I'm taking a straight right and left turn.
Does he mean he's probably going to fly out for a little bit and then maybe turn to the
I think he means he's just doing a downwind departure, but he's just going to extend it. That makes no sense to me.
Gotcha. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel, turning left downwind 31, Grants Pass. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel, turning left downwind 31, Grants Pass.
Grants Pass traffic, Bonanza 25633. I do have the Cessna on downwind. We'll go behind you.
Yep. If he's going behind us, he's going to have to be going over us. So we're going a lot slower than he is. Okay, he's extending his crosswind. That's good.
Okay. Repeating the numbers, car being out, 1500 RPM. And first notch left, 1 1000, 2 1000. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel, turning left base for 3-1, Grants Pass. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 955, turning final 3-1, Grants Pass. What did I say our tail number was?
955.
Gonna go around.
Yep.
Positive climb, 1 1000, 2 1000. Flaps up.
I'll take controls real quick.
Your control?
My controls.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry.
Okay. Grants Pass 9552 Hotel going around, and we'll be turning an early crosswind over the field, Grants Pass. passing the numbers. Alright, we'll go ahead and configure. 1, 2. Grand West 9552 Hotel, turning base 31, Grand West. Alright, there's my runway. 1, 2. Grand West 9552 Hotel, turning final 31, Grand West. We'll see if we can ride this all the way down. Alright, so on flare, I want you to kind of make smaller corrections because basically you just kind of unstabilized the aircraft by just making these big corrections, which kind of made us oscillate a little bit.
Okay.
We were trying to like kind of catch that and all that kind of stuff.
That's why it kind of came down like really firm.
Yeah. So you'll see here, start reducing my power here just a little bit.
Altitude.
I'm just gonna kind of try to hold a singular pitch. All right, power idle. Alright, so I'm letting the plane come down, starting to enter my flare. I'm just going to hold it right here. Nose up a little more. Flaps, trim takeoff, full power. Your controls.
My controls.
Controls. But just very small corrections.
Altitude.
Flaps are up, make sure you pull a ridge. Aircraft lights is required, engine instruments are in the green.
Sweet.
Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left, crosswind, 31 Grand Pass. Oh, I turned way past crosswind.
That's alright. I mean, yeah.
Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left downwind, 31 Grand Pass. So it's okay to continue that turn and just go in as long as you announce, right?
I mean, I would try to kind of fly that box pattern, but if you happen to overshoot it, no one's going to really be super upset with you. Now, if there's other traffic in the area, that would definitely be a factor.
Right. They were obeying the numbers.
Cool.
So I was configuring too early as well, right?
Not really. I think you're on time there. It's just kind of the setup. Like your approach is good.
Okay. RP'd out, before landing, checklist. Transpass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel, turning left base, 31, Grants Pass. 1000, 1000. I know I have that checklist memorized.
That's the thing about memorization, is there is room for error.
Yes, absolutely. As I'm coming to realize.
Yep.
When there's so much going on, it's hard to remember things that you should remember.
Definitely.
Okay. 1000, 1000. I'm gonna add some power or pitch up first, because it's a little fast. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel, turning final, 31, Grants Pass.
Good correction.
Those trees were looking a little big.
Yep. That's definitely a bad sign.
Altitude.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, we'll make a full stop.
Stop.
We'll just let it go. So right there you had power at 1400 crossing the threshold bars.
It wasn't idle?
No. You made it idle probably over the numbers.
Oh.
So we just had a lot of airspeed coming in.
So we were accelerating past the threshold instead of
Basically.
bleeding off airspeed.
Yeah, exactly. I like to go power idle about like 50 feet south of the threshold.
How far?
About 50 feet or so.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, the plane's really just coming in to glide at the end. At least in this plane. Now, if we were flying Comanche, that's exactly how you have to land it. Basically powering it into the ground.
Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel to clear the active 31, Grants Pass. Alright, so clearing the runway. Pitot heat, didn't use it. Aircraft lights as required. Carburetor heat is off. Make sure lean is required. Flaps retract. Trim set for takeoff. Alright. So too much power caused the float and then it just came down.
Yep.
So after I floated and released, that's what causes a slam, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
You're releasing back pressure.
So I was like, oh, we're floating, so release back pressure,
Yep.
and then just...
So
Okay.
that's where it really becomes a touch thing, and that's why I don't really like to make big pitch corrections, because then you're going to cause the plane to oscillate or drop.
Okay.
So when I'm kind of coming in, I'm just kind of holding it and just letting the plane bleed off its airspeed until eventually it's ready to come down,
Gotcha.
rather than kind of making it land.
All right, my controls.
Your control. But yeah, only let it land when it's ready to land. Don't try to
Right.
force it down.
Just hold it,
Right.
bleed off the airspeed, about like, what, 10 feet off the runway is where we're
I mean, if you can get it down to 2 feet off the runway and do that, even better.
better.
But, you know, it's a touch precision thing.
Right. That's one thing that you can't really duplicate in the sim is
Yep.
a lot of the feel
Yep.
and actually knowing where the ground is. You can see it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, we're using kind of all of our senses there. Peripheral vision, you're using kind of like the touch feedback you're getting through the actual controls. Yeah, then when you're flying in like heavy wind situations, we're really working for it. It's funny, on that Discovery flight yesterday, I had one where I kind of clunked. And I was just like, yeah, so don't do that.
That's a demonstration of what not to do.
Yeah, exactly. And it was funny because before the flight, I was like, oh yeah, so you'll get to see exactly like what different conditions are. So now, when you get on a commercial airliner, you can judge the pilots if they land side-loaded, and then I landed side-loaded.
So how firm of a landing would be cause for concern? Like as far as damage to the aircraft? That anywhere close or?
No, that was nowhere close. Actually interesting, there are these videos that NASA released where they did a lot of the crash safety analysis for Cessna 172s, and they do kind of like control crash release kind of things where they put the plane on a swing and then they kind of release it and then it comes down and just lands super hard.
Right.
But you can see these things land hard where the pilots are like fully whiplashing forward because they have like the dummies in there.
Right.
And the plane still is like structurally alright.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm not saying to do that, but these things could take a pretty big beating. But I would say mainly it's like the human factor of like, are you concussed? Are you now going to not fly as well because you're thinking about a hard landing? Like that kind of thing.
Right. Alright. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 95520 holding short 31, Grants Pass. Oh, before takeoff, fuel selectors on both. Trim set for takeoff. Make sure we'll put that full rich before we take the runway. Transponder still 1200 altitude. Aircraft lights as required. Oh. Hello. Doors and windows latched. I'll call for takeoff. Nobody on final. Nobody's over there. Haven't heard anybody since the Bonanza.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like it's just us.
Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 95520 till taking the active 31 Grants Pass. Normal takeoff.
Yep. Let's make this actually a short field takeoff.
Short field, so
Yep.
10 degrees flap.
Yeah, flaps 10. So that's
okay.
soft field. So short field, we don't need the full FTO.
Okay, you're gonna have to remind me.
All right, here, I'll demonstrate real quick.
Your controls.
My controls. So short field, we want to use the maximum available runway. Oop, that's too much flaps. I'm like all over the edge here. Cool. All right, flaps 10. 1, 2. Cool. All right, make sure full rich, everything looks good. All right, first we're gonna go to 2,000 RPM. Alright, pressure green, temperature green, fuel flow is green, everything looks green, full power. I'm gonna wait till our RPMs do not increase anymore. Okay, we're maxed out, release brakes. And we'll rotate about 50, climb out 55. Airspeed's alive, engines are still green. Oh. Alright, clear my 50-foot obstacle, nose comes back down, flaps come out. Air controls.
My controls.
Altitude.
Flaps are up, make sure it's full rich, aircraft lights is required, engine instruments are still on the green.
Cool.
Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left crosswind, Grand Pass 2. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left downwind 31 Grand Pass. Alright, carburetor heat as needed. That before we go 1500. Fuel selectors on both. Make sure it's full rich. Seatbelt secure. Flaps as designed. Go idle because I'm way high, way fast. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning base for 31 Grand Pass. Is it wrong? Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left, or final 31 Grand Pass.
Altitude.
Much better. There you go. Good stuff.
Laps are up, make sure full to rich, aircraft license required, and instruments are in the green.
Altitude.
Not perfect, but definitely big improvement from the first one.
Yep. No, that was good. We'll just try to stabilize that approach a little more, but it's alright. Ideally, you can have one power setting for the whole entire approach, and you're basically just pulling power out, as you get closer.
I was still correcting from being way too high. And
Yep,
way fast.
but sorry.
You want to have that like before you're even base, right? Or on base, you want to be stable.
Right, exactly.
Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left crosswind 31 Grand Pass. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel, turning left, crosswind 31, Grand Pass. Carburetor heat is off, fuel selectors on both. Make sure it's full rich, seatbelt secure. We're not going to use flaps. Well, we're not going to use flaps until we're configuring. Airspeed 60 to 65 knots on final. And there. Repeating the numbers, we're going to go carb heat on at the 1500 RPM. One 1002, 1000. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel, turning left, crosswind 31, Grand Pass. Runway, 1000, 1000. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel, turning final 31, Grand Pass. I put that second notch of flaps in.
Yeah, you did. Did you? I think so. I think you did. Yeah, looks like it. But here I'd probably start burning out a little bit of power since they're still a little fast and pretty high. Try going power idle from here, see what that looks like.
Idle.
Altitude.
A full stop, but I think I can make it still. So if you don't think you're going to make those 1,000-foot bars, would you consider a go around, or you think?
That was what I was just about to say.
Okay.
If basically, it's okay if you overfly the 1,000-footers, but if you're like 50 feet over the 1,000-footers, go around.
What?
I was saying if you're about 50 feet over the 1,000-footers, definitely go around.
Okay, and we were past that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Like, you really should be trying to set down prior to the 1,000-footers.
Okay.
In a Cessna 172. You know, if you're in a jet that, you know, is going 200 knots or 150 knots on landing, okay. But, you know, in a 172, you should be basically setting down just past the numbers.
Just past the numbers, and if you're past the 1,000-foot bars and you're not gonna, if you're not landing, then go around.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're still pretty high up. But yeah, that one probably should have been to go around.
Okay.
Alright, and actually you probably wouldn't land on the numbers, but yeah, about like, you're usually gonna set down prior to the 1,000 footers in assessment.
Missed the big bump.
Yeah.
I thought that first one was the bump. I was like, hey, that was pretty smooth. Yep, that was that one. Doesn't look like there's any damage to them.
Yeah, I think, I'm not exactly sure how that whole thing happened, or like what specifically happened. That was the same. I think they look good.
How many flights you got today?
3.
3?
Yeah, yesterday was 4, and that was brutal.
Well into the heat, right?
Oh yeah. And I think my last flight ended at like 5:30.
Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel holding short 31, Grants Pass. On final, are before takeoff, fuel selectors on both. Flaps are up. Ram set for takeoff, flaps are make sure main for taxi. We'll put full rich before we take the runway. Transponder 1200 altitude, aircraft lights as required. No heat, not gonna use it, doors and windows attached. I'll call for takeoff.
And let's try a short field takeoff. So like what I just did.
Okay, so we're gonna do flaps 10.
Yep.
Can we do that before we enter the runway?
Yep.
Okay, so 1,000, 2 1,000, flaps 10. We're gonna go in, use all the available runway, stop on the center line, 2,000 RPM, make sure everything's green, still holding the brakes, full power, and then release the brakes when the RPM doesn't advance. Alright,
Perfect. Then we'll rotate at 50, climb out 55.
rotate at 50, climb at 55?
Yeah.
Until you're clear of the 50-foot obstacle.
Then pitch for VY.
Okay. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel taking the active 3-1. Grants Pass.
Enter runway 31, 3,900 feet remaining.
I recommend straightening out your nose wheel prior to this, because
So
then
it
when you
doesn't
release
try
it,
to-
exactly.
Everything's looking good in the green.
Cool.
Full power. Okay, not
Yep.
advancing anymore. Feet off the brakes. Knots. Clear of our obstacle. Flaps up. Now we can climb that VY.
Yep. I would get to VY before pulling flaps up, but that was still fine.
VY first. Okay.
Altitude.
You'll just reduce the sync when you pull the flaps back up.
Crossing approach, runway 31, Grand Pass.
Flaps are up, makes your full ridge, aircraft lights as required, engine instruments are still on the green.
Go.
Grand Pass traffic, vehicle clear of approach, runway 31, Grand Pass.
What was that?
Clear of the approach. He's crossing the runway.
Oh, gotcha. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552, hotel turning left, crosswind 31, Grand Pass. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552, hotel turning left downwind 31, Grand Pass.
Pass traffic, Super Sport 343, Papa Charlie, taxiing from Hangar Row Echo to run-up area for runway 31, Grand Pass.
Alright, carburetor heat as needed, fuel selector is both. Make sure it's full ridge in, seatbelt secure. We'll put 10 degrees flaps when we're configuring the land.
Go.
We're reviewing the numbers. Pulled carb heat early because I was below the green arc.
No problem.
So 1500. 1,000, 2, 1,000. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552, hotel turning left, base 31, Grand Pass. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 9552, hotel turning final 31, Grand Pass.
So here, yeah, there you go. We're still doing 80 knots, so idle, yeah.
Altitude.
Around.
Yep. If you feel yourself pitching the nose over and your power's still at 1400 RPM, you will be fast every time.
Was it 1400 still?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Could have swore I pulled that out.
Yeah, no, you're all good. No worries. There you go.
Altitude.
We'll do this lap, then we'll get out to the practice area.
Okay. Nobody saw it.
Kirby.
Yeah. I was all like, I should be higher than 24.
Well, that's good that you're doing your scan and then saying, that doesn't look right.
What didn't I do?
Right, exactly.
Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 955 Hotel, turning left to crosswind 31. Grand Pass. I've been looking at that hill thinking that that was like a perfect crosswind, but it's not. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 955 Hotel, turning left downwind 31, Grand Pass. Just trying to find something to look at on all these turns so that I can...
Yeah, kind of get the mental, or the landmark stuff.
Okay. I just want to force myself to look outside instead of looking in here at that.
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah. Timed a little bit of a TPA, so I'm going to reduce power and pull carb heat. And back to TPA.
Basically, right as I'm turning final is where I'm starting to throw my power back to 1500. That's where I'll probably be like 1300, and then I'm coming in and idle basically 50 feet prior to the prior to the threshold.
So 1500 before you turn base with your 10 degrees flaps, and then when you're turning final, you're reducing to 1300.
Yeah, I mean that's where you'll have to kind of play it out, and it depends on headwind, but we have very minimal wind today, so in a condition like this, also we're drifting down a little bit.
Heading through 4000, inbound for left traffic, runway 31, Grand Pass.
He's taking the active right now.
Yep.
To 1000. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 955 Hotel, turning left base 31, Grand Pass.
Grand Pass traffic, Super 4343, Papa Charlie, turn left crosswind, runway 31, parting the pattern, downwind, Grand Pass.
Two. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 955 Hotel, turning final 31, Grand Pass. Gonna overshoot it.
Alright. Alright, so yeah, here I'm gonna slightly reduce my power. Yeah, let's see what this does for us.
Okay.
Altitude.
Fast traffic, Supersport 343, Papa Charlie, turning downwind, runway 31, parting to the south, that's fast.
Right about here, go power idle.
Idle.
Yep. Now this is looking a lot better.
73 knots.
Yep.
Get that off here. Left rudder.
More back pressure, let it bleed off.
Transfer straight traffic,
We're still a little
Go
far.
right rudder, go right rudder, there you go.
left crosswind for midfield
Cool.
entry.
Power, or flaps up, carb heat, and trim. And let it just fly off, you don't really need to pull it off. Alright, now there's someone who said they're coming into the downwind. I believe.
Altitude.
Is there traffic that's inbound for the downwind for Grants Pass? Maybe not.
I think that was that red plane that was saying he was departing the downwind.
Got it.
Fast traffic, Super Cub 3779 Zulu is now midfield for left downwind entry to 31. Grants Pass, departing aircraft in sight.
Okay. That's it.
Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left crosswind 31 Grants Pass. And we're gonna depart to the downwind on this one.
Yep.
Entry left. On these left turns at full power, I'm still finding that I'm still having to apply a little bit of right rudder. That's normal, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You got those left turn tendencies. Now, if it was a level turn, then you'd probably just bring a little bit of a left rudder. But being that it's a full power turn. And we'll climb out of the downwind.
I'm out. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning left downwind 31 Grants Pass.
And I'd probably announce that we'll be departing to the south from the downwind.
Okay. Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel will be departing the downwind to the southeast. Grants Pass. Started combining words and
7790 Zulu is turning left base 31 Grants Pass.
hard, I swear.
It'll actually be going to the southwest, but it's alright.
Southwest? Oh. Southeast, southwest.
Yep. Well, southeast is kind of on our current heading.
Did I correct it?
No, you're fine.
You see to show broken 1300, so
7790 turning final 31 Grants Pass, main landing in the grass. Between the taxiway and the airstrip, Grants Pass.
Helicopter?
No, I think it's a plane landing in the grass.
Aye.
He said turning final.
There he is. Right
Ah,
over the
yeah,
road.
there we go.
Keep cracking, getting a soft field landing.
An actual soft field. Alright, we can depart to the south. We'll head towards Copeland Spawn.
Alright, now it's again that we're turning.
Sure. Yep.
Grants Pass traffic, Cessna 9552 Hotel turning to the southwest, departing the downwind. We're 12 left on. Grants Pass. What should I climb to?
5-5. Oh wow, suddenly you've flown into a cloud.
Oh no.
Shocking. What an alarming experience.
790 clear the runway 31 Grants Pass. We taxi to
Okay, Cessna 9552 Hotel, I see you're inadvertent VFR into IMC aircraft. Go ahead and maintain a heading of 200, climb 5,500, and report when you are there.
Maintain 200, climbing 5,000. Or report when we're there.
Cessna 9552 Hotel, turn right heading 240.
240.
Roseburg area traffic, Columbia 1411 Golf, 8 miles southeast inbound. We'll be landing on 3-4. Over flag out of the field. Enter downwind for 3-4.
And 9552 Hotel, turn left heading of 120.
Left 120.
Continue climb to 5,500.
5,500.
Grand South 9552 Hotel, 5,000 climbing 5,500 over Goldman Spawn, Grand South.
Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 7565 is taking the active 31 for left downwind departure to the southeast.
And Cessna 9552 Hotel, turn left heading of 300 and continue climbing 5,500.
Left 300, continue to climb to 5,500. What was that heading again?
300.
300.
Alright, and you can run your cruise checklist.
Alright, cruise checklist. That heading left to course. Throttle set, 2200 RPM, 2250. Make sure lead, on that at 3,000. Aircraft license required.
You can actually do a full lean procedure, so basically lean in until loss of RPM or engine roughness, and then go 2 full turns in from that. So 2 full turns.
Crossing approach, runway 31, Grand Pass.
Good. Like, so, a full turn.
Right. Okay. Cessna 9552 Hotel, fly direct inbound to the Medford VOR, or the Rogue VOR.
Starting on it, right?
Traffic.
Lock. Up 4.
That's what you want to not be locked. Yep.
Lock.
Now you'll turn your CDI needle.
Hopefully doing the right turn then. Oh, center of the CDI needle.
Yep.
Probably should do a left turn for that, right?
Well, you want it to be centered so that the line's in the middle. But before you even turn, I would set that, and then you know where to turn.
3-4.
Other needle. Until the center line is.
Oh, with the blue line?
No, there we go.
Oh,
there we
okay.
go.
Then
So now you know you're turning to a 070. Now we can turn there.
Doesn't matter if we do a left turn.
I would go to the right.
Go to the right.
And Cessna 9552 Hotel, climb to 7,500.
That's 7,000 or 7,500?
Yes, sir.
Rosewood traffic 11 call, turning final, runway 24.
And let's fly an intercept heading to burn that CDI needle again. That should be good there.
That's the 206 on the 10th.
Yep. We'll stop or climb at 215. Maybe take a more aggressive intercept heading to bring that course deviation in a little bit. You can level off at 7,000.
7,000.
But still try to bring that needle in.
See it start to move, something like that, maybe, and then it's like,
Yeah.
"No, just kidding."
Don't see it.
When we're in cruise, I don't have to hold that, right?
I believe you're there.
But I,
The throttle?
yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Now something to take note of here that is quite unusual.
It's not.
We're reading 19 gallons on our right tank.
That is unusual because we're on both.
Right.
Do we, since we're technically level, should we switch to the right?
I wouldn't, because,
That could be a false indication.
well, I wouldn't, because if that's not, if that tank isn't bleeding, or isn't draining, and we switch to the right, then our engine's not getting fuel.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to take a look at in our post-flight.
Good catch. Oh, by the way, I meant to mention the left cap, the chain wasn't on, so I put it back on there.
Oh, sweet, thank you. Now that needle's starting to come in a little bit.
I see you. Now I see you. So cool.
Okay, so what radial are we intercepting?
Transmat traffic, Superscope 3779.
Zero,
Fuel pump.
6 for the reciprocal feed.
So let's think about how radials work. Radials are coming away from the station.
Right.
So would we be intercepting the 070?
No, because we're heading, that's the 2 heading, so it would be the reciprocal. So
And we're climbing over the airport.
a
Let's switch over to
260 radial?
I think that's 250.
250.
Yeah. And then we're on the course of
069.
yeah, basically. Yep. Cool, cool. Okay, let's break off from this and we'll turn, let's turn heading 210.
Definitely use that heading book more so I don't forget the headings. Because I'll like read it off and then right away I'm like,
I would even write them down if you have time.
yeah.
You'll definitely notice that when you get to instrument, and you're getting all these different headings and courses and such, and you have to write them down. And Cessna 955 Hotel, turn right heading 240.
Right, 240?
Yep.
Right tank went down.
Oh yeah,
by,
look at that.
Yeah, a gallon.
Still strange. Okay, magically you have flown out of the clouds. Wow, look at that. A miracle. I'll take these. Okay, heading your discretion, let's set up for some steep turns. And we'll maintain 7,000. I might pick Mount McLaughlin just because it'll be the easiest thing to see.
Oh, that's right. We need that visual reference to turn out on.
There's some lag with the instrument, so I definitely like using a visual point. It's easy to see. And you can get your speed up to 95 knots.
95?
Yep.
so it's been a minute since we did the steep turn, so.
Yep. We'll be back. First off, make sure you get to 7,000 or 7,100 currently. So we'll be banking to 45 degrees. So first we'll go to the left, then the right, or the right, then the left, whatever you want to start with. We'll roll out, or we have our 10 knot tolerance on our airspeed, 10 degree tolerance on our heading, and 100-foot tolerance on our altitude. And we want to bank at 45 degrees while maintaining our heading, airspeed, and altitude. Or while maintaining our heading and our airspeed and altitude, and then roll out on our heading that we started from. And let me know when you're ready.
There's 7,000 feet and 95 knots.
Cool.
Okay, so go ahead and start the left turn.
Sounds good. And bring in some power to help you maintain your airspeed. And we want to be looking outside, basically finding a spot on the dash to line up the horizon with so you get a nice and level turn. So far you're looking pretty good. Give a little less bank. And then we're anticipating our rollout spot. Alright, there's our hill. And we'll go to the right. Watch there's the altitude. Just climbed a bit on that. So we'll plane come back down. Watch the RPM, reduce your power a little bit. There you go. Cool. That was pretty good. Alright, let's head back towards the airport.
Gonna make a right turn, so we can
We'll go a left turn, we'll go direct to the airport.
left turn direct to the airport. Those are fun.
Yeah, right?
When you got all the things, you're like looking outside, making sure you're staying coordinated, speed and altitude,
Yeah.
RPM.
It can become very distracting to try to watch your instruments while you're doing a steep turn.
Okay.
So I would definitely try to focus more so on outside. Quickly reference your instruments, just make sure your altitude's good and airspeed's good. But yeah, we really want to look outside mainly.
Making sure your center of your airplane slicing through the horizon, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, Cessna 15, ready for
decided he didn't like the synthetic vision. I just noticed that. I was like, oh, hey, where'd that go?
All right, why don't you go ahead and pick up the weather for Grants Pass.
10. Sky conditions clear below 12,000. Temperature 21 Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter 29.5. Into the Mercury Vermont. Density 2.
Grants Pass 9552 Hotel, simulated engine out over the field, and we'll be making a landing. We're at 7,000 feet, and we'll take it all the way down to Grants Pass.
Airport. Automated weather observation. 1646 Zulu. Wind variable at 4 knots. Ashland Municipal. Automated advisory.
That coming from somebody's...
Ashland, yeah. I don't really understand how that works.
Our engine failure, airspeed 65 knots, no, 67. Best place to land, we're circling the airport. Turn towards landing site, we're already circling above. Fuel selector is on both. Carburetor heat is off, or once it on. Mixture rich in. Magnetos verify both, it is both. Magnetos, yep, already did that. Primer is in and locked. Power restored, no power restored. We tried to restart, no restart. Forced landing, airspeed 65 knots. Place land, pilot options, seatbelts are secured. Getting a little slow. Decent seatbelt secure, already did that, and then we'll do our radio call, maybe, or do you do that over the Unicom, or do you do that over...
So 121.5 would be the emergency frequency, but I would probably do it over the Unicom at this point.
Okay, just let everybody know.
Right.
Mayday, we're priority for landing 3-1.
Yep.
Engine out, unable to restart. Circling over the runway. Okay, so throttle is idle. Extra idle cutoff. That's right before we land, right?
Yes. I mean, we'd want to start shutting everything down.
Yeah, if we didn't get it restarted, we want to shut everything down. Just
right.
Fuel selector off, flaps is required, master switch off.
Grants Pass 9552 Hotel is now 5,000 feet, circling over the field for a simulated engine out landing, running through on Grants Pass.
And then you definitely want to, if you're going to use flaps, you want to get the flaps out before you turn the master off. If you turn the master off, you're not going to get flaps.
Exactly.
And then you want to crack your doors open, just in case you land hard and break something with the door that may be. How'd that feel? Alright, forced landing checklist complete.
Go.
So she says that when there's like nothing going on.
Yeah. But it also falsely reads because it'll say that when we're on like climb out and it's hot as outside. It don't make no damn sense. But now we're getting down and we're starting to evaluate, alright, how many more loops do you think we can kind of get in here?
We're at 4,300 feet. We need to be at 1100, so 2-3 more loops maybe?
Yeah, but in that ballpark. At a certain point, I might start extending just to give yourself a good downwind, or like a good actual approach, because you definitely don't want to overshoot.
I'm trying to get myself onto a good base leg at like 2100. That way we have a little more.
Right.
I'd rather have a little more altitude and slip it in and not have any altitude to work with no power.
Transwest 9552 Hotel is 3,800, descending for landing runway 31 over the field, simulated engine out, spiral landing. Transwest. That fire was like right there, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Probably have time for one more loop and I'll get us closer to the field or drift it up a little bit.
I agree. Transwest 9552 Hotel, 2,700 feet over the field for a circle landing runway 32. Yeah, at this point I might start kind of trying to shallow that turn off because we're already 2,400 feet. We're basically 300 above pattern, but we don't have any power, so yeah.
Want to keep it 10 degrees?
It doesn't really matter the rate of bank. Want to kind of start.
Traffic, Super Sport 343 Papa Charlie, approximately 10 miles south, inbound for landing. We'll report over Robertson Bridge for 45 entry to runway 31, Grants Pass.
At 100 feet below pattern, we're going to end up being a little
Alright, what's it going to be? High, low, or are we looking?
For high.
Okay, so maybe we'll bring in some flaps and we'll start a slope.
1, 2.
And let's look at
So left rudder?
Right rudder.
Right rudder, left aileron.
Altitude.
There you go. Keep it in. Longer. Keep it in. Keep it in. Alright, release. There you go. Beauty.
Transpass traffic, Cessna 955 to Hotel Tacoma, active 31, Grand Pass. Alright, pitot heat off, didn't use it, aircraft lights as required, carburetor heat off, make sure lean is required, flaps retract, trim set for takeoff. Taxi at FBO?
Yep.
Alright. Grand Pass traffic, Cessna 955 to Hotel, taxiing to the FBO, Grand Pass.
Approaching runway 1331.
I heard two Quebec was out pretty late last night.
It was out.
No, I mean like it returned late last night.
I don't know. Maybe. Here, I'll take controls.
Your controls? Still reading about 17 gallons on that wing.
Yeah, we'll see once it kind of stabilizes a bit. Here it comes.
Cool. Alright, we're gonna go shut down PFD, MSD off, Bionics off.
Throttle idle. Magneto check. Make sure idle cut off. Magneto's off. Off and tack.
Got him.
Master off. Beacon switch on. All of the switches on. Cabin heat air off. Is it? Do we even have heat in here?
We do have heat.
We do have heat.